about life, business, what's trending, and more is taking place. And it's hosted by yours truly, your host, Corey Love.
Hey, Kiki. Hey, Kiara. Hey, Letitia. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Tonight we're going to be speaking with Kiara of Staley Insight. If you're not following her, make sure you follow her. Tonight we're going to have a carefree conversation. We're going to talk about everything from business to life, what's trending. Of course, we're going to also definitely going to certainly talk about social media because she is a social media haven. So again, you already know what to do. Click that arrow, share this out with your audience if you haven't already done so. And make sure, we start right at 8:05, and I'm going to go ahead and share this out with my audience and make sure that I pin her information. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you drop your name so that I can call you by your name and make sure I get to know you. I also do follow people that follow me back. So make sure, again, if you're not following, follow me. I'm going to go ahead and bring her right in. We don't have a sponsor for tonight's show. If you ever want to be a sponsor for the show, starting next year, our show will only be aired on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Okay? I want to make it more possible to share out my guests and to share out my sponsors. So it was kind of hard. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that I really only I shared both of their information in the stories, and then I will share their information like right before the live. But I figured if I do it once a week, it'll help me as far as timing, but it would also give me an opportunity to share their information out with, to be seen more often during that week as well. And also, of course, for my sponsors, most definitely, because without my sponsors, I wouldn't be able to have the show. So if you're not haven't been a sponsor before, and even if you have been a sponsor and you are interested in being a sponsor again, in my bio, you can click the link and make sure that you follow the information that you receive once you make the payment. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Kiara. It is now 8:05. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to share this out with your audience. Hi, Nika.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? I just made a cute boomerang while you were chatting with them, and I'm about to post it now. Hi, everybody.
That's cute. Thank you. Go ahead and let the people know who you are, where you at.
Okay, so I am in New York, specifically in Harlem. First off, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Let's get to it. I gotta come with the manners first.
Thank you for being a part of my show.
I gotta come with my manners first, So first and foremost, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I am Kiara. I am located in New York, Harlem specifically, born and raised. Let's get into it. I don't really do the generic stuff, so I would need you to let me know what you want me to say. What's up?
That's what's
what
up.
Do you guys want to know?
I love it. I already love your energy. You already know that. I
got my tea too, just in case we need to have a little tea time. Okay? Got my tea and it's piping.
I know that's right. I'm about to get mine in a second.
Okay.
But so, we spoke before and you do a lot. And I asked you, the first thing I asked you, like, how the heck do you do it all?
And I don't know, baby. I don't know. Okay. So first and foremost, what I do is I prioritize what I love. And then I focus on everything else in between. Because if you don't focus on what you love, then you will never get the opportunity to work on what you love. You will just work. It's all over the place. And then before you know it, you're unhappy. That never works for anybody. That never works for anybody. So focus on what you love first, and then everything else comes into play.
I love it. I gotta write that down. Focus on what you love first. Okay.
First.
That makes a
So
whole lot
perfect
of sense.
example. Perfect example. Like when I make vlogs, I love it because it's literally just me, just interacting and just me talking shit. Skincare
Good.
Sundays. I love skincare Sundays, minus the fact of what the people love. So I always portray based off of what I love and the engagement I receive. So I've somehow turned into like this skincare girl. So I have to keep it going for the people, but I still have to make it what I like. So based off of how I want to film, what I want to film, that's the engagement and the interaction I still love with the viewers. However, I still have to prioritize it for myself.
And that'll give you, after you do what you love, you'll do what you don't love. So you're already hyped. You're already there.
Exactly.
I love that. That
exactly.
Is a very,
you
very
already got that momentum. You're already happy. You're already going with the flow. And then once everything else that you somewhat dislike is, you're not going to see it as, wow, I really hate this. Right. You're just going to be like, okay, got to do it for whatever reason, whether it's making money or it's just interaction and more engagement, whatever you need to do. But if you focus on yourself first, then everything else is just, it won't even matter.
Makes sense. So how did you even, okay, so if you guys don't know, if you didn't see the videos earlier or read her little excerpt under the caption, Kiara is a model. She's a content creator. She's a social media maven. She also is a creative director. It will be the correct title. So if you have something that you're going to be doing, like you're trying to shoot a commercial or whatever, she's the one that helps you with that. And she blogs. So that means she writes a lot. She's always in front and behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? So do you have a 9 to 5 also?
Yep. Yep.
No way. You a superwoman undercover. Let me see. Let me see your chest.
From at least minimum of like at least from Thursday to Sunday minimum.
Still.
Girl, the grind is real.
How do you, so with is your 9 to 5 similar to what you do on your,
actually, no, my 9 to 5 is actually with Instacart. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yes. Yeah. My daughter does that sometimes. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So it's still flexible enough that it gives me the opportunity to still work on everything that I love, even while I'm still at work. So that's the only reason why I appreciate the fact that I have a part-time job. Because sometimes, unfortunately, we all know what it's like to work for that employer. But then by the time you get off your 9 to 5, you too tired to care about anything that you love. Because now you just gave all of them at least 8 hours of your day. Energy. So now you got to find that momentum for yourself. So that's the trick about being an entrepreneur. But if you could find a 9 to 5 that still at least funds your business, then you're good to go.
And I just gotta say, like, what's your skincare regimen? Because your skin is glowing.
Girl,
I'm looking at you and I'm listening, but I'm like, your skin is so clean.
Currently, I think so I've never stuck to one routine. Like, I've never stuck to one specific brand. It's kind of just how I feel throughout the day. So what I realized, I have it all in my bathroom, but what I've noticed is I've been using a lot of Fenty. And shockingly, a lot of people were not a fan of the scent. And I'm not really a scent person as well, but I noticed the product and the nourishment and the moisturizing that it gives. I love it. Especially that overnight cream. That overnight cream is a winner. I've done.
You gotta send me this in DM. You gotta send me this in DM after.
I'll send you the Fenty, because I did a Fenty review for the first 2 products that she came out with, and then I did a second one on YouTube for the overnight cream. Best.
And you YouTube vlog, girl. I don't know how you do it, but that's
a one-man band. I thought I wanted an assistant, but I don't know yet. I don't know.
You said a woman
I'm ready to pass on the torch.
I like that. I really, really like that.
Thank you.
Now, what I always ask somebody like you that does this, like legit, like for real, like how much hours a night do you sleep?
That's the bad part. I always used to joke that my operating hours was from like midnight to 4. And sometimes I realize like that's not really a joke. So I feel like I sleep maybe on average, if it's a good night, I'm going to bed maybe like 2 a.m. Wow. And I probably wake up about like minutes to 9 if I can.
Wow.
So I
So
probably
you
only sleep maybe like 5 to 6 hours a night. I literally film up until about like midnight, 1 a.m. sometimes, just because the day has gone by and I've done
right.
so much, whether it's like for a client or for myself, that by the time I have time to film, it's only really even like at 11 p.m. to like 1 a.m. And then I'm the type
Oh,
it's like, well, I'm already up. I might as well edit it.
yeah.
So then that's when, yeah. So it's like I don't wait until the next day to edit it. It's like, well, I'm already awake. I might as well just put something on TV and just edit this video while I'm at it.
I
So then
know that's
before,
right. Makes
because it's
sense.
like my grind and my momentum and me
Uh-huh.
being excited about what I do. And then me being excited about how everyone is going to receive it is
Hmm.
what keeps me going. So I don't really
Yeah.
see it as like, damn, I'm tired. I see it as, oh, well, if they really like it, this is gonna be it. Like this is gonna be the winner. This is gonna
Right.
pop. And then
And that's because you like it.
that's what gets me going. And then even if it doesn't pop, I don't feel as if like, damn, I lost sleep and they ain't even like this video. Like I don't do it like that. I just be like, okay, well, what went wrong? What went right? And let's cross those bridges when we get there.
What can I fix to make it
Right.
work the next time? So
Right.
what made I love it. I love it. What made you choose to do
I
what
love
you're
your
doing?
earrings.
Oh, thank you. I got these from Snaps Galore like last year.
I've never heard of them, but they're pretty.
Yeah, I got them. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll share it in about. I don't even know if she sell earrings still, but yeah, I got these like last year.
Pretty.
So what made you want to do what you're doing?
That's a good question.
Okay,
Well,
so let me rephrase that. Okay, what made you want to? I gotta choose one of your jobs.
okay.
What made you want to do vlogging?
Okay. Vlogging to me was fun, and that was one of the trends that I like how we kind of touched on it earlier about like
Yeah.
joining the wave. That was
Yeah.
one of the waves that I knew that I could join that I actually would appreciate because it
Okay.
literally is just me in front of a camera day to day, just having fun. So
Okay.
vlogging to me was something where it was like, okay, this is something trendy. The
Mhm.
YouTubers are having at it. It looks like it's a blast because you're literally getting that one-on-one undivided attention with me day in and day out. You're probably
Right.
seeing things that you can't see on Instagram just from one picture or one video. And it's nothing really specific. It's just like a
Got it.
target that I love because it's like, well, if y'all coming with me to Target, then y'all about to see how lit Target is because I live for Target. So now y'all about to come with me to Target and y'all about to see how exciting this thing is. And maybe I'm going to teach you some bargain shopping. Maybe I'm going to teach you some things of like my tricks and tips. And then you end up really learning from women or like anyone who vlogs. So I did a lot of YouTube research before I officially became a YouTuber.
Okay. Okay. What are some tips you can give us? One or two?
From YouTubing?
For YouTubing, yeah.
Okay. So what I would say is find someone at random and look at a few of their videos first. If you feel as if you can receive the energy and you kind of like the flow of things, meaning how they edit, how their intros are, how they might like close in and close out. So your intros and your outros. If you like their flow, then you would tend to love them. And that's how you get those subscribers. And then you can take the tips and the tricks from the people that you're paying attention to, and you can find a way of how to make it your own.
Work it onto you. That is
so
a really,
I
really
YouTubed
good
about,
tip.
I researched about maybe like 3 people. So like Aaliyah's Face, Adrienne Bailon from Cheetah Girls. These are the YouTubers I'm naming. And it was a third girl. I think her name is it's something like she's a self-care queen. I can't remember her name right now. And those 3 people I paid attention to, and I was like, oh wow, I really like these girls. Like they're really impressionable. Like they get the job done. I like the way they've been editing. And then you kind of just you got to just find your own niche. But I did a lot of research before I began.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't do all the editing and all of that, but I just post. so that my daughter is telling me that, Mom, you got to do this and that to make it be catchy, like you're saying, so people come on. So that's the thing that I'm going to hire somebody to do, because I just want to do this and then give it to you. You fix it up and make it look good for me, because that's a lot of work. Like you said, we're one women show, one band, one man band, so that's pretty
right.
hard.
And then the trick or the problem that I come across is maybe we might all have different creative eyes. So when it comes to the editor, if you're not descriptive as into what you want, then he or she may completely edit it to the way you might not even want it. And now you got to go back to square one. So that's the iffiness I still have when it comes to hiring others.
Got you.
Because I know what I like.
That was my problem with my other business. Like, I did not want to. I asked somebody one time, I gave them a job to do, and the just the graphic itself, I didn't even read the captions to know anything else. And that is the reason why I tell people that it's really hard, because like you said, they may not do what you want, how you want it, and then it's a waste of time.
And then it's just like a service. Anybody still wants to get paid for the service. Just like if you go to the hairdresser and you don't like the way she did your hair, but she's still at least going to want like $30 out the service, So that's the tip. That's where it comes to the point where it's like, well, if I know I'm going to dislike it, then I might as well just do it myself.
Do it yourself. Yeah. So I'm working to that, to get to that point. So I know as a social media maven, you do a lot of social media stuff. I know a few people that are on here are fighting with social media, and it's not just the algorithm, just totally like coming up with things. So on the social media side of it, I have about a few questions. So
go ahead. And hey, y'all, whoever watching.
So my first one is what do you think? I'm not even going to talk about the algorithm, but what do you think about, say, for instance, my page, my social media page, which everything has transformed. I'm not even going to focus on that part anymore. But as far as when I first started, so I had like 1,000 followers, maybe, if that much. And I was advertising, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, posting for you, stuff like that. And somebody DM'd me and they said, oh, how are you social media manager? You only have 1,000 followers. What are your thoughts on someone with 1,000 followers as opposed to someone that has 10,000 followers? And before you answer that,
go ahead.
I just wanted to say hello to people that are joining in right now. If you are you're obviously just joining in. This is Kiara of Staley Inside, and I totally love your name. It's so cool.
Thank you.
And you're gonna tell them how you came up with that name.
I am, because it's so simple. It's not even funny. It's so simple.
She is out of New York. She is a blogger, content creator, creative consultant. She also models, and she has a regular 9-to-5 job. So she does a whole lot. Hey, Zaneta. This is your New York girls, and it is from New York as well.
Hey, boo!
Make sure you guys, if you're not following, follow her, Staley Inside, and it's pinned right here. And we're just talking about all the things she do. So I'm touching on questions from different areas of what she does. So
it's just like what Zaneid said, to answer your question. It's in the quality. And that's what I always took pride in, and she's 100% correct, because I live for the disrespect. Like, I want to prove you wrong, and I don't even gotta work with you, but let my work speak for itself. I want to prove you wrong. So I love the fact that people question, oh, well, I only have 2,500 followers. But if you look at my resume and you see the amount of people I worked for, and if you see the companies that I've worked for, and if you see my charts of how well I've grown their pages, then can you disrespect me still? So I live for when the outside is looking at something from the outside, then that's all they can see. So all they see is that I have 2,500 followers. But did you look at my resume, my portfolio, and the numbers? So judge me if you want to, but you're missing out on a good piece of,
because you're looking at numbers on social media, because you're so focused on making sure you're building your client.
Like, numbers don't mean nothing, because at the very least, that person that has 100K, you more than likely paid for that 100K. And it's no shade to the people that paid for the 100K, but you paid for it. So you're only purchasing the things for numbers so you could get up in the world, so people could actually give you that recognition. But my work is going to give me the recognition. That's the difference. That's how I see things. It's no different than a fashion designer that worked out at a garage and now they're on the runway.
Yes.
What's
I
the
love it.
difference? We
I
all
love
purchase
it.
Apple products, and the man more than likely made it in his garage.
Mm-hmm. He
Most of
started
these
exactly.
entrepreneurs literally start from nowhere, like in
Mm-hmm.
the mother's basement,
Yep.
and now you're the head honcho of this company. Yeah, the
Yep.
work is going to speak for itself. If people want to join your wave, they're going to join your wave. Numbers don't matter. People don't get discouraged.
Please.
Period.
I've been
Period.
trying to say this for
Period.
months. Like, it does not matter.
I never
Come,
cared. I
quality
never
content,
cared.
and you're good.
I
I
just
never
got to
care.
about 2,500
Ain't that
followers this year.
Say that
I
again.
don't care. I said I just got to about 2,500 followers this year. And I've had
But
an Instagram page for about maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5.
right. But see, my thing is genuine follow genuine. Perfect answer, Bambi. And
Mm-hmm.
not only that, my thing is those are real people. Because you have 100K followers, but literally, let's say 89,500 of them are not
And
even real.
let's give the tea right now. All jokes
Yeah.
aside, because we did touch on this earlier, and it's so funny that you brought that up now.
Yeah.
Those that have those many followers, people, if you go and look at one of your favorite people right now that got all of these followers, and not even like a high celeb, like don't even go to like Kim K or anybody like that. Like pick one of your favorite influencers. You're more than likely going to see on one of their posts, they probably got 100K followers and only 2,000 likes. Tell me how that adds up.
You better stop, girl.
I'm just saying. I spit nothing but facts. It's so true. Like it does not add up. So when you're investing your time and your money just because this person got these numbers, you're wasting your time. You need to look at quality, not quantity.
And
that
that's a big
that
thing
phrase
to
is not a
me.
lie. That phrase is really real. Whoever came up with that is so serious.
It's
And it's
real.
really true. It's
It's
really
true.
true.
My thing is, I prefer somebody with less. And like you said to me earlier, it's maybe because I'm in the social media life. I prefer someone with less because I feel like they'll give me a little bit more attention and time and probably put a little more effort into what I'm doing. Because I've taken courses with people that have thousands of followers, hundreds, thousands of followers. And I feel like if I sign up for a class and there's 400 people in the class or 80 people in the class, I have a question. And because we're on a Zoom, you got to scroll 89 times before you can even see who was responding.
Okay.
So that's me personally. Anyone that have taken a class with me, they know that I don't take no more than like 12 people. And I guess that's like the educator in me as well. But that's my whole thing with that. Thank you. That's
and
my
is
whole
you
thing.
working smarter? If you know the 12 people is at its focus, like that's your attention rate, and that's what you could give. It's just like me. I know I can't take 12 clients, so why would I even waste my time or my energy to think, okay, I'm about to be taking all of y'all? Like at that point, that's just being greedy.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
No.
So how do you build your customer base? Like, do you, because you don't, when I look at your page, I don't like see you like advertising on there, but I know I know you're doing your thing.
The only thing that I do is in regards to, so when my name says social media maven, it's only because I don't like to use my own name on social media. So then I replaced it with social media maven. But then the trick is when people are looking for somebody social media related, my name comes up in the social media accounts. So that's one. And then the second thing is I tend to engage, but I engage with people that I use my discretion on. So I'm not really, and there's no shade, but I'm not reaching out to people that if you only got like 46 followers and you look like you're a startup, and then if you're like just now up and coming, like I kind of need to see how the business is flowing first. I kind of need to pay attention to like, how have you been interacting on Instagram, or if you truly don't even know what you're doing. So I really work based off of what I see. Because then when somebody comes to my page, I want it to be more believable too. Like, okay, well, she takes good pictures. I like her captions. I like the fact that she uses hashtags. Her stories are cute. So that's why I don't market other people. That's why I just market myself. Because if you see how my page looks, you can only expect what your page is going to look like.
Love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So have you ever had, and we're going to talk about your modeling. We're gonna switch now, guys. And if you remember, you guys, if you have any questions, drop your questions in the comment box or drop them in the talking bubble. And also make sure, if you guys aren't following, make sure you follow her. And before I ask the other question, tell them how you came up with your name.
Oh, yes. So my last name is Staley. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't like to put my name on Instagram because, trust no one. And the killers is always out there, okay? So I was like, okay, what can I come up with? And I really genuinely love my last name. So I was just like, what can I say? Because Staley itself is just boring. And I was like, the page is just going to be about me anyway. So Staley Insight. You get an insight to my life.
Yeah.
That's it.
When I hear that, I think of like a newsletter.
Right?
I don't know why.
It was very well, ironically too, I majored in journalism and I minored in business. Oh, okay. So when I thought about it, I was kind of just like, like it kind of sounds like a little like newscasty. So I was just like, let me just go with this and see how it goes.
Yes. It sounds like you just gotta hear the little news.
Right. Like I need a cute little intro like you.
Yes.
I was listening to your intro when I made your tea. When I made my tea, I was like, okay, that sounds cute. She just gave me some inspo.
Yeah. The girl that did it, like I heard her do one for her own page, and I was like, that's so cool. It sound like you like for me, and no, like you always say, no shade or disrespect to anybody. It's like, oh, like that's like real, like that makes your stuff real. Yeah, and I was like, I want one. She's like, I don't really do it for people. She got like 3 or 4 more clients off of me just sharing mine. She's like, okay, I'm gonna do it now. So like she's getting more and more people. But I thought it was really dope.
It's so
cute. When did you start doing this for yourself? Like when did you?
Last year.
Last
year. Officially became my own entrepreneur last year. So I was always doing it. It's crazy. But when I was a full-time employee, I was always trying to pick up a freelance job because the way I saw it was any way I could get myself into social media is going to prepare me to be my own entrepreneur. So the amount of clients I'm going to receive, I can't feel, I guess you could say, discouraged by it because I need to work on that. So there's no way I could ever have 5 clients if I don't know what that feels like. So as a full-time employee, I always try to pick up any freelance jobs that I can. And although it was overwhelming, it prepared me for things like this right now.
Got you. Okay. Makes sense. So I'm telling you guys, all y'all on here ain't got no type of questions for her. And make sure you ask her. I know they got some type of social media questions. I see people on here.
I know. Everybody in the comments, where were they at now?
Y'all better ask some questions now. Because I don't know what her hourly fee is, but y'all know what that social media maven, so come cheat y'all. Make sure you get them. Get the little free details right now. So let's talk about, for example, with blogging. So for blogging, let's just think of a typical day in the world of you blogging. Does blogging come where you have like just a topic, or you go out and you see something and you blog about it? How does that work with blogging?
All the above. So blogging either is, if somebody wants me to, then cool. I can definitely do that. I'll ask topics, etc. And then most of the blogging was always just on my own because I genuinely just love to write. So anything that gave me info, anything that kind of gave me, like maybe I just felt like I needed a moment. I never was the type to have a diary, but I always liked to write my words out. Even if it was free write, even if I was like upset about something, I always just write. So blogging to me is like, you want 150 words or something? Cool. Like that's easy to me because I always like to write.
You like to write.
So that was just that easy. Now, granted, when I'm working for someone, that's when it still comes into play of doing things that you want to do. Because certain blogging topics, like I never blogged for someone in tech. Tech isn't really my field. I have no real interest in it. So I'm not about to take it just for a check either. Like if I'm blogging for someone else, it has to be for like beauty or fashion or something that I truly am interested in, because that's how it's going to portray in the paper or in the blog rather. Like that's how it's going to portray that I actually care about it, to be honest with you. You never want to blog about something that you don't want to do.
So when you blog for someone, you're writing for them, whatever they want.
Yep. AKA ghostwriting.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So
Because it's no different than like the Vogue editor. It's just the difference is the Vogue editor is actually getting accredited for it. Now the bloggers can either get paid for it. This is tea, y'all. This is tea. So the bloggers can either get paid for it, and they may not get credited.
Got it.
And then it may get credit. Like, let's say if you wanted me to write you something, I would sign it off as Sincerely Corey. So ain't nobody ever got to know that I was ever a part of it. Staley Insight don't matter unless you want me to matter.
Okay.
So most of the time, most bloggers, they probably ain't writing nothing. It's probably somebody else.
So what do people
giving the tea?
What do people charge for that? Like, say, okay, I want you to write something about my show.
The cheapest thing would be per word. Like, that is very like 80s, 90s. Like, don't charge nobody per word. That is disrespectful. We don't do that.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it's disrespectful is because if you think about it like this, somebody like Sex in the City, Carrie Bradshaw, you was a Vogue blogger, sorry, and you literally probably got paid not even 45 cents a word for 150 words. You ain't making no money.
Yeah.
So if you charge somebody per word, that's technically disrespectful to the person. Now if the person chooses to take it, then you just got swindled. Oh well. But what minimum, I would say it depends for the words. Meaning if you want something very short and it's probably just for like a bio or something, then why not? Like $15, $20. I ain't killing nobody.
Okay.
Now if you damn near want like an essay,
Yeah,
now you gotta pay up at least like 45 or more. But that's always depending on what's going on. Yeah, like that's always depending on like if it's more article style, if it requires more thinking and more, like more overall critical thinking. Do I need to do research behind it? Am I just going with the flow? Are you the type of client where like you're always going to send back changes? Because if you always send back changes, now I know I'm going to have to double up on your invoice next time.
Got it.
On my nerves. Things like that.
I am loving you.
Things like that.
I am so loving it.
Yeah, because clients gotta understand, and sometimes y'all be disrespectful, and then that invoice is gonna up. Like, don't play with me.
And so, what you're saying that I was gonna ask, like, how do you come up with your prices and charges and stuff like that? But that's what made me change my prices a lot in the beginning, because for whatever reason, and I don't know if you've experienced this. For whatever reason, that client that wants you to do a $20 ebook cover is the most annoying client.
Yeah, they're the most tedious person. It's like, please don't disrespect me. You're literally paying lunch money. Like, don't disrespect. Yeah, like don't disrespect me. Don't do it.
I don't even get it, but
like don't do that. And look like we have a question.
Yes, Kiki said, how often do you think someone should post per day to gain new, genuine followers and engagement?
So everyone always think that you need to go based off of the cliche 3 times a day. If anything, 3 times a day just gives you more recognition because of the amount of times you're posting a day. But if you genuinely feel like 3 times a day is way too much, you don't have to do it. Like, be your own person. Like, don't follow the typical tradition. On average, the morning, the afternoon, and the nighttime is ideal. Nowadays with the algorithm and everything just completely botched, I would say minimum 2 if you're a business. If you're someone that just loves to personally just post and life is good, just once a day is sufficient. It's not killing you. Just find your very best post times and you'll be good.
Now, I'm gonna have to run this. I'm gonna have to run this back. I'm gonna have to run that one up part back. Because I do social media on my other page, and people always say that, but I've read where you got to do 3 times a day. Okay, but is those 3 times a day quality content, or you just like for the most part people say that?
Yeah, just like on average, it's always like a 9 a.m. It's like a 9 a.m., a 3 p.m., and a 9 p.m. And then every day your analytics may say that. That's the trick too. That's why I take pride in knowing the back end of things. Because if you look at your stats, Monday through Thursday, damn near say the same post times. So you're
All
gonna keep
on
doing
anybody's page.
So you're gonna keep doing that every single day, and then you ain't gonna get no numbers, and then you're gonna be upset.
But
so
then
you have
too,
to
for
try
me,
to figure out.
you have to give yourself time to engage too. I literally post once a day. I used to kill myself trying to post 3 times a day. And I started studying and reading and realizing.
Give yourself once a day or twice a day and take those intervals, even if it's a break. Like, let's say, sometimes I do this too because it's so time consuming, it's not even funny. But like, let's say intervals are like 30 minutes of engagement. It can't hurt. It can't hurt. Engagement is the only way to receive popularity. You hit it right on the nose. You could post as many times a day as you want, but as many times as you might engage with somebody, more than likely half of those people ain't going to your page.
Yeah.
That's the thing with engagement. So the more you engage with, the more your ROI is going to come back to you. Other than that, you wasting your time. Because with the algorithm,
try to engage. I tell my clients, try to engage 30 minutes before you post so that people, once you do it, for me, I think people take 15
that matters
to 30
too,
minutes.
though, because if they think that 9 a.m. post is so relevant, ain't nobody up at 8:30 in the morning paying attention to you. They probably gonna pay attention if they care to pay attention to you after they wake up. Then maybe, but you've already lost half of your people right there.
Yeah.
So even the best times to probably engage would be the afternoon, like 12 to 4-ish.
Yeah, I usually engage around, I guess because when I was working, I usually engage like my lunchtime at that time was like 10 something. And then after school at between 3 and 5. So
if you could do it at least twice a day for minimum 30 minutes a day, you will find such a difference.
You got to do what works for you. And I'm glad you mentioned about the back end of it, because when I used to look at my, and I try to tell people this too, and I know that you will probably co-sign, like you said earlier, stop looking at the likes. We need to look at the reach. People are seeing your things. They're just not liking it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
okay. Because my reach be like 1,900, but I get 89 likes.
Yeah. So you're just scrolling.
So you're just scrolling. You're liking with your eyes, not with your fingers. But we'll cover that another day.
I'm telling you guys, if y'all aren't following, make sure you follow Staley Insight on Instagram, and
you'll have fun with me, people. You won't be disappointed.
And check her out on YouTube as well. But
yes, all social handles are Staley Insight,
and that's perfect. I'm working on doing that. So, what made you originally go into being an entrepreneur, though?
Ooh, did you read my blog?
I did, but they didn't.
Okay, so
yes, I already got something to post, my girl.
So I have a blog that I wrote. So I actually wrote this for Black Girl Daily. And the reason why I became an entrepreneur was because I was straight up just tired of working for other people. I was not a fan of the do's and the don'ts, the tips and the tricks that you think that you're going to give me. However, you hired me to do this. So how you think you're better than me, but yet you hired me to do it. So that contradicts, right? And then the most important thing is, I think, because I've noticed this, most Capricorns, because I'm a Capricorn. So I think
your birthday, girl?
December 27th.
Ah, I'm a Capricorn too.
Yes!
January 12th. Yeah.
Nice. So that's
why we're such creators.
You could probably co-sign on this too, that it's like, we don't really like to listen to a lot of people. And most of our bosses probably have said some things that be like that ain't right. Like, that ain't gonna make no sense. Like, how you think that's gonna work? That literally makes no sense. But okay, you're the boss. And I was tired of being that, okay, you're the boss. And I was mainly tired of dealing with coworkers. That was
the ones that think they're the boss.
Oh yeah, well, anybody, like even if I got along with you, there still was something that was wrong, because for the most part, I always found myself, because in marketing, for the most part, you are in more of like a team building, like marketing team kind of thing. So it's a lot of like Monday meetings, marketing meetings, follow-up meetings. And it's like, it's kind of just like in school. You find the one person that's the leader, and you find everybody else that's like, okay. So my very last job, my very last full-time job, I found myself in marketing meetings, and I pretty much was running the show. And people were getting paid, and I know they were getting paid more than me because their position was higher than mine.
Right.
But yet I'm running the show. I'm coming up with ads. I'm coming up with the copy. I'm coming up on, so not only am I creating the marketing side of things, but I'm even having to still handle the social media. Because, you know, once the marketing decisions is done, then it comes into where does social media fall into play in this.
Right.
So now I felt like I was double dipping.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling like I was giving angry Black woman at the work. And I was like, we can't do this. Like my spirit can't give angry Black lady at the job.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna have to figure something out and quickly, because it was starting to get to the point that I know I could put my use to something better, and the only better was going to be being my own boss.
And I can't share because I don't have the swipe up thing. However, I'm going to try to share it in my stories. But if you guys read that, and I screenshotted a part of it that I want to keep and share and just talk about it, because when I read it, I'm laughing the whole time. From the time I got to like after the second GIF, I was like, yo, she's hilarious. But it's all of it is facts. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody may not be able to, or you can be able to afford to be an entrepreneur, because it's scary. It's scary going in.
It's definitely scary.
So scary.
It's the scariest thing I ever done in my life. But do I regret it?
I can imagine. No. But you just gotta make up your mind. I mean,
I don't regret it not one bit.
Don't do it if you don't think you can, or don't do it if you can. But I keep my teacher certificate valid now, honey.
And here's the thing too. There will always be a full-time job there.
Yeah.
All employees are always going to be replaceable.
Right.
So when in doubt, if all else fails, I really could go apply to Macy's if I really wanted to. I'm just not in the mood yet. I'll wait on it.
And that's what I'm saying. I keep my certificate valid because you never, ever know.
You never know.
Or you might have to have a part-time to cushion that. You have good months, you have bad months. So those of you that are on here, most of you I know are entrepreneurs, so you know how that works.
And then even with Corona, everyone is thinking like this was like the end of the world, and this was probably the best year ever.
Why
unfortunately, under
That's
the circumstances, but unfortunately, it's like I ain't have a bad year, not one bit. Like, God bless, but I ain't have a bad year.
And that's why when I see people post, oh, this has been, and granted, a lot of people have lost, you know, friends, loved ones, and so forth and so on. But as far as me, and I didn't get any of them loans or giveaway stuff. It's just people, I guess, were creating these pages and had no idea what they were doing, and so they're reaching out. So I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? You know
why? Because social media is the only thing that Corona couldn't kill.
Got it.
That's the word of the day, people. That's the word of the day.
So that it worked on our, it worked
in our favor, because when everybody was like, social media, what do you do? That makes no sense. Yeah, now you in my DMs. Now you in the DMs.
She said, honestly, I would not have started my business or even learned how to sew if I didn't lose my job. Whoa, you see what I'm saying? I gotta follow you. Let me write that down because you know I won't see it after. My rap tribe. Got it. That's amazing. So I'm gonna check you out.
That is amazing, to be honest with you. And that's even better too, because to think you and I have been doing this pre-corona, and to think there are a lot of entrepreneurs or people that finally was able to buckle down to find the creativity during the unfortunate times. And I'm hoping everything is working out for you, sis. Who is this? My rap tribe? Yeah, I hope everything is going well for you, because most of these small businesses have been popping.
Yes, they really have.
They've been doing exceptionally well.
I definitely gotta check her out. I definitely gotta check her out. Yes, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that.
That's fantastic.
So my final question, and then I'm gonna go right on into would you rather. Is it would you rather or first thing first? Yeah. Okay. So so I know you've seen the show, so we do a would you rather first thing first. My daughter's created. The last time I created it, and I don't think it was as much fun as when they do it, but it was cool. So I asked a question, and you choose which one, and you could tell us why you chose that one, or you don't have to. Either way, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna ask, if you had a magic stick, what are 3 things you would change today, or whatever, however.
So I would change Corona. She could go.
She could go.
She could go. She could go. She's done enough. She could go.
Right.
The second thing I would do is probably spice up my career a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I'm not comfortable,
mm-hmm.
but I could spice it up just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing would probably be to work with other creatives. I think Corona definitely blocked a lot of the opportunities of a lot of people that I could have met and interacted and networked with that I would possibly, I would start all of that.
Yeah, I believe so, because I was ready. Like, when I tell you I was ready for this year, I just was so ready to go and network.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm finally not going to be a grandma. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get
grandma,
sleep.
you too young. You too young for that.
But I don't got no time to sleep, so it makes me a grandma because I'm tired.
Yeah. Wait, I love it. She said Corona got to go work. You said Corona got to go work with creatives, and what was the second one?
And kind of spice up my career a little bit more, like kind of take me outside of the box or throw me another challenge, rather.
Yeah,
that's a better way to say it.
And so
that's a good question.
Yeah, I try to change it up all the time. And like I said earlier, guys, if you're not following, make sure you follow Staley Insight on or on all platforms. It's the same thing: STALEYINSIGHT. I'm saying that so fast. I hope I didn't spell it wrong.
No, you didn't.
Make sure you follow her. She is a creator. She's amazing. I had a great conversation with her earlier. I saw her page and I was like, I gotta interview her. Yes. And she agreed. And I get excited when people agree because I feel like I'm not like we talked about earlier, I don't have all the followers and stuff like that. So why me?
That don't matter.
But I appreciated it when you responded. You were like ready. Like, yeah.
You know why? Because of your energy. And I would be contradicting myself if I would disregard you, knowing that you literally practically you're doing what you need to do. Your energy is great, and it doesn't take but 2 minutes to just go through your page and see what you do to see whether it's worthy of an interview or not. So absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
The work speaks for itself. Like
what
we were speaking about earlier.
I appreciate that so much.
You're welcome.
If you guys want to follow, make sure you follow her. We had an amazing conversation. If you're just tuning in and you may have missed it all, make sure you catch the replay and leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. And follow her. Make sure you follow her. All right, so we're going to jump into the Would You Rather questions. If you guys have any questions while I'm doing this, make sure you drop them in the comment box or the bubble box, either one. It doesn't matter. And don't be shy, y'all. Stop being shy. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Bambi. I appreciate y'all so much for supporting. And Kiki, the Kiki channel, she also does interviews. So if you are following her, make sure you follow her. And Bambi is my workout queen. Now, I follow a lot of fitness ladies. I can't do weights or anything yet because of my surgery, but I love watching them and I save a lot of the videos. And I'm like, I'm going to do them soon.
Yeah,
but
I'll be saving everything. Whatever gives you inspo, do it.
And I love it. I love it. So she's like a real big supporter as well. Of course, Coco is also in your city. Coco, you in New York or Jersey? I can't remember. I think it's New York.
Close enough. She right across the bridge.
She right there.
She right across that bridge.
If you guys are following them, make sure you follow them as well. My girl Beatrice, I Can't Let Go, which is a page to encourage people who are grieving any losses. So I truly appreciate my followers. Without y'all, the Corey Love Show won't be here. And I say that every show because it's the truth. So thank y'all again. And so Would You Rather? Ready?
Yes. Ready.
Runway model or print model?
Print.
Heels or sneakers? I know that answer.
Hands down. Sneakers.
I know that. So let me ask you something. Because you're modeling, sometimes when you model, I know you got to dress up, do the makeup, and all that stuff. Is that the reason why you like being so comfortable after?
No, I pick and choose the gigs. That's the difference between the models that is literally like out there. Like I don't have an agent. I don't have anybody. The modeling I do is people legitimately reaching out to me. So that's when I'm picking and choosing like, okay, it's athletics. Cool. I know I'm comfortable. Or okay, it's only beauty. Cool. I'm comfortable. But once it takes me out of the zone, if you're not for someone that I've been like desperate to work for, then absolutely not.
Awesome. 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 Let me ask you, how tall are you?
5'2.5".
You look, I told you this before. You look so tall to me.
They always, girl, you're not the only person that tell me that. People tell me that. I'll be like, it's the angles. Gotta find your angle.
The first vlog that I saw, I was like, dang, she look real tall. You are
I
short.
am 5'2.5". I am a tiny, tiny thing. Yep, that half count. You know, us short people, we count that half.
Oh my God, that is so
DMV
funny.
disrespects us, but we count that half.
Who disrespects y'all?
The DMV. They don't be putting no half. It's a half, okay?
That's a good one.
Give me my half, because I'm not 5'2". Give me my half.
On here, but Suzanne is like 4'11", and she says that too. I'm like, okay.
It's gotta find them angles, girl.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm 5'11".
No.
Right? She says you don't look that small.
Yeah, that's right. I can't let go. That half counts, yup. That half count, girl.
See, Suzanne is there. That's so funny. All right, so we did runway model or print. You said print, heels or sneakers, makeup or fresh face. I know
fresh
the answer
face.
to that. I know. Blogging or vlogging?
Ooh.
See, I don't get that when I make these questions up. Why they get that? She's like, ooh, which one?
Because blogging deals with the words and my undivided attention, and that's when I feel like my creativity is at its highest. Vlogging is me having fun, but then my creativity comes into the editing.
Got it.
So that's a good question. I would probably have to say vlogging because it still is so new to me, so I consider it a challenge project.
Okay,
so I would say
I love it. I love it. I know the answer to this one too. She said Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts.
Starbucks.
She does it every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah. Self-care scrubs or mask?
Ooh, or sheet mask.
Oh, duh. She meaning scrubs or mask for skincare.
Oh man, y'all going in.
This one.
This is a good one. Wow. I would have to say scrubs.
I'm telling you.
I would have to say scrubs because y'all really. I think y'all did some research before y'all really started asking me these questions. I have to go on that page.
She visited your page.
Oh, smart. Okay. Smart. I would probably have to go with scrub. Because if that beading is right, I love you for life.
Makes your face feel good.
Oh, yeah. I would have to say scrub.
Body butter or body oil?
Butter.
Okay. And the last one. I think I might know the answer to this one. Twitter or Instagram?
Woo! I would have to say Twitter.
I know you love
I'm a Twitter girl. I am a Twitter gal, true and true. Oh, I love Twitter. I don't know.
Oh my God.
It was wild. We touched on this because I literally get the most love on Twitter. The engagement is fantastic. The followership is amazing. The support. We talked on this.
Yeah.
Twitter is that girl. If all else fails, Twitter is that girl.
So on Twitter though, like Instagram is my love. Facebook, they don't really care for me like that. Now if I post my children, hundreds of likes, but like in myself, like I post a
Facebook
picture.
is more of an older demographic that doesn't really understand a lot, and they don't want too much of a complex situation. They just want to stick to what they know, and that's it.
So with Twitter though, I've heard, because I do social media, but I'm Instagram. And I've heard with Twitter, like you gotta post at least 10 times a day.
My engagement is solely off of shows and talking shit with the people about shows. So if we watching Love and Hip Hop, if we watch Life After Lockup, all of that is strictly from just tweeting about my thoughts and posting the hashtag, and then everyone retweets and they're like, yes. So the thing is, I don't go viral. I've never had something that's gotten more than like 2K likes or retweets. To me, that's a
Dude,
that's a big
a lot.
right. Like to me that's big. But I'm saying I've never had something that receives like 19K or more than that. But to me, numbers never mattered. So
Right.
I get tweets where I've tweeted something or commented other somebody's thing engagement. And then before you know it, somebody retweets it or likes it like 2 years later. I just had that not too long ago where I was like, where did this tweet come from? Like I said this in 2017.
Wow.
Somehow they still found it. Best thing about Twitter, the most I like about it is if you see something trending and you want to apply your opinion, do it. Because I could type in Staley Insight, and I do this from time to time, and so many people would take my tweets, and it ended up on like BuzzFeed, and like I have a highlights on it on my page about like people that has taken my tweets, and I'm like, where was this recognition? I didn't even know that I even had my tweet in BuzzFeed. Like that's things I would like to know. Like that is amazing.
Right, because that'll look good on your resume too.
Exactly. But it's things I gotta research because Twitter is free and people don't give recognition. But I tweet about whatever. If it's a trending topic and I'm reading on it and I think it's funny and I think my creativity can blossom, if you will. Yeah. But other than that, I just live tweet about reality TV with everybody else.
Oh, see,
we be talking about catfish. We be talking about everything. And it's good, right? And we literally could you just type whatever you want to type, stick with that main hashtag that they give, apply whatever GIFs and anything you want. Twitter gives more than 140 characters this time, like nowadays. So you can talk way more that you want. If you think of it like this, it's a word. Like Instagram would be more visual. And Twitter is strictly just words.
Okay.
So if your wordplay is amazing, you'll be perfectly fine with Twitter. So don't think of how to jump on a certain topic or anything like that. If you want to start with reality TV, just do it.
Got it.
And it's free. Like people ain't really paying you to be on Twitter, but it's free. Why not?
I thought like you had to like, okay, I love that's like really an easy way to think about it. So yeah, I gotta think about it. So I don't really have reality shows that I watch like that, but I'll figure one out.
You'll be surprised because they be on like they would talk about like the Netflix shows. Yeah. And sometimes they be like, girl, you ain't talking about it. I'll be like, girl, I didn't even know this was out. Like, y'all gotta tell me. Yeah, like y'all gotta tell me what happened. Or like I remember it was one time I randomly went on and Kid Rock was talking about Oprah and I was like, sir, shut up. Like you mad that ain't nobody heard your song in about 10 years. And somebody, Madam Muzella, one of them done took my tweet and I was like, y'all, I didn't even know you people taking my tweets. Like that was for Kid Rock. That wasn't for y'all. But whatever. I'm appreciative. So they don't. Regardless.
How do you not know? Because they don't like at you or something.
Yeah, like they don't at you. They don't do anything. So literally anything that's in my highlights is everything I found last year. And what's funny is I never knew about it. This is a real true story too. My best friend, when Surviving R. Kelly came out, the very first year when it came out, I tweeted about it. And then because of course, like who wasn't watching that? Okay,
talking about that.
That was the tea of the year. Yeah. And then my best friend sent me an article that my tweet was in like a news station called News One or something like that. And I never heard of the news station. I don't even know where they're based. And I was like, y'all took my tweet. And that's what started it. So whenever Surviving R. Kelly came out, I was like, yo, I can only imagine how long I've been on Twitter for. And y'all been taking my tweets and just been publishing them places. And I could have been using it as credit this whole time.
Credit. Oh wow!
So that's why I don't do it as in like don't think I'm like being cocky when I say like I'll Google myself, but that's the only way I know if someone took my tweets because they don't apply it to you, of course, because it's free. So of course, like Twitter, they can take the tweet. They don't really have to pay me for it or nothing like that. But yeah. So and then I take it and I'll flip it and I network. I'll be like, hey, y'all took my tweet for Surviving R. Kelly. Do you need somebody to write an article next year?
I know that's right. For real. You can
network, girl.
A bunch of blogs.
Network.
Oh my gosh. Y'all hear all these tips she's giving? Start getting on Twitter. All y'all that sit there and watch, what is that show with the wives? Atlanta Housewives and all of them.
All of them. We be talking about everything. Atlanta, Salt Lake City, Catfish. We be talking anything. They even be putting me on the shows.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I was doing Twitter the whole entirely wrong way.
But it's if you want to. That's another
I
thing
just
about
because they
Twitter.
told
Like,
me you in order to be relevant, you gotta post at least 10 times for the day because Twitter moves so fast. I'm like, I ain't
trust
got
me,
time.
if I'm not really even speaking about reality TV, a lot of people is not paying attention to my tweets. Like the main
Mm-hmm.
engagement is where you see yourself in those shows. That's how I found my niche. Because it was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me girl chat with y'all about the TV, and then whatever social media stuff, excuse me, in between,
Right,
I can always do that in between. So now,
right.
like my Monday recaps that I do on YouTube, I'll be like, hey
Mm-hmm.
y'all, like, did y'all pay attention to like today's Monday? Here's a
Mm-hmm.
recap. Like
Mm-hmm.
just small stuff like that.
Okay, that just really just was interesting to me. Like I never even realize that's how you did it. But that was really, really good. So if you guys are just tuning in and then get that, make sure you go back and catch a replay. She gave a lot of tips, ideas with blogging, social media, Twitter. So make sure you follow if you're not following. Come back, catch the replay. Again, we're gonna be in touch because I definitely want to connect with you for the creative side of things. And
Let me know.
yeah, for sure. Definitely. Eventually link up with you when we could travel now, but I'm still being super duper careful to an extent.
Same.
And so, right. So again, I appreciate you so much. And I'm gonna take you out now. If you want to tell them where they can find you and make sure you guys, I'm gonna try to share the blog because that was a really, really great read. And
Thank you.
you can tell them where they can find you. You got like a website and stuff?
I actually don't.
Mm-hmm.
You would think I do, but I don't feel like I have enough yet to like really put
Okay.
together for a whole website. So I don't want the
Okay.
website to look crazy. I just want to, I'll cross
Right.
that bridge when I
Everything
get
that's
there.
falling.
So in the meantime, you guys can definitely follow me on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, Facebook as well. I don't really utilize it as much. And you could definitely shoot me an email for any inquiries if you want to chat and stuff. StaleyInsight@gmail.com. And
Okay.
yeah, let's go. I mean,
Let me write
DMs are
that here.
always faster sometimes too. What would
Okay.
I advise for Twitter and generating traffic, engagement, sales for a business? Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to Twitter in regards to business, they do have a promote your tweets section. However,
Okay.
they have the limitations on the amount you can spend. So it's not as easy as with the Instagram and Facebook where it's like you apply the amount and the time,
More.
the amount and the days you want it to be promoted for. So they have it where
Mm-hmm.
I think it starts at a minimum of $25. And their
Oh.
interaction will be, the interaction isn't bad at all. However, the problem I have with Twitter is it's no real generated users that they're targeting. So
Okay.
you may never know where your ad is going to end up, which could be a positive thing or a negative thing. So for
Okay.
someone to only charge the 25 minimum and you don't
Uh-huh.
really even know where it's going, I don't feel like it's as effective.
Right. That makes sense.
You're better off organically working with your tweets for, let's say, a specific hashtag. So let's say if somebody has like a head wrap hashtag that you can always type in the search yourself. Type it in on the search, see what hashtag fits your niche, and then you're better off organically sending them like a blurb, like I like to call like a little blurb, like, hey friend, if you're interested in a new head wrap, check out, and then apply like the website, etc. And I would literally just copy and paste that same message to everybody that's applied a tweet into that hashtag.
Right.
So that's
Got it.
organic following, one-on-one people. It's tedious, but it gets the job done. And
Yeah.
you get way more interaction than spending that $25 on that ad.
Yo, if y'all not catching these nuggets, I don't know what
Okay.
you're doing. Listen, I didn't know that. That is interesting.
Yeah, because I've never promoted on Twitter because I'm like, as much as I really, really genuinely love Twitter, you're doing too much by narrowing and like putting me in a limit. I don't like to be limited, and I feel like
And then you don't know where it's going. So like that's
because we never know where it's going. But at
Mm-hmm.
least for Instagram and Facebook, if I'm only paying $3 a day, that ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you charge me $25 a day, now I got questions.
I didn't know where my little money going.
Yeah, like that's a lot of money. I need to know where that $25 a day is going.
Yeah, yeah. A day though.
A day.
That
Even if
yeah.
it's 25 a week, I still need to know what that $5 a day is doing for me.
Right, right. Oh my gosh.
But
But
yes, thank you for having me. I
thank you
so
so much.
appreciate it.
She said, I'll definitely look into that. Dropping some real.
Yes,
Yes, girl. I'm
girl.
telling y'all.
Follow me and ask me any more questions if you need to. Let's
Okay.
let Corey wrap this up.
Okay, no problem.
Have a
Again,
great
thank you
night.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. So next week, the show will be absolutely, we're not going to be on at all next week. We will be returning. I believe it's on the 29th. We're going to be speaking to a doctoral student who is a travel agent, among many other things. So make sure you tune in. Again, yes, definitely follow her. Thank you guys so much. Bless you. Make sure you follow her, drop a message in her DM and ask some questions. Now, remember, this is what she does as well, so please respect her time and so forth. Yes, happy holidays. Thank you, Javina. Happy holidays to everyone. And enjoy your time. I know y'all will miss me. Don't be sad. I'll be back. All right, guys. Have a good one. As always, guidance, blessings, and love. Talk to y'all soon.